especially after the dry pattern we've been having the last few weeks.
Oh yeah, after weeks of drought, we're finally seeing some relief from that in the form of what feels like endless rainfall.
And you hit it right on the target. Really, since Sunday morning, we have been getting rain after rain after rain. Finally slowed down a little bit this morning, but then it kind of picked back up in the early afternoon. Got a thunderstorm or two in there. But we're talking huge rain totals, up to 10 inches in Apalachicola, about 2 inches in Tallahassee.
Yep, we came in just short of 2 inches today, bringing our total for the month up to 6 inches. And keep in mind, this is only the 9th day of the month, so that's almost an inch a day.
Well, and of course, you're considering we're in an El Nino year. So what we're going to start seeing is the temperatures to start cooling down. We got a little bit of cool down for you guys over the next couple of days, but the big cool down comes later in the week. We're looking at maybe low temperatures in the upper 30s.
Yep, stay tuned for your precise forecast. We're looking forward to that cooler weather, or at least I am. After we warmed up to 80 degrees today, we're not going to see anywhere close to that coming this weekend.
And I'll tell you what, I'm feeling that sweater weather for all of you out there. That's what we're talking about over the next couple of days. But in addition, really, the rain is something that we've needed for quite a long time.
Absolutely. Now, it may be gray and wet, and that gets in your shoes when you're walking to class, but think of the farmers. They are loving this rainfall because it's finally pulling their crops out of a near-death experience with all that drought.
And, of course, we're talking about Thanksgiving. The harvest is coming up soon. Hopefully, It doesn't get too cold for all that precious Florida citrus, especially down into central Florida where you're going to have all those farmers. But we'll take it out with your local weather. Brooke, let's see what we got going on your overview.
Thanks, Braden. And you guys are right. There has been a lot of rain. It rained all day yesterday. It rained all day today. And even looking at our local radar, we are seeing these scattered showers just popping up all around our region. And soon they will start to clear out, but they're still there, and it's still going to be just a little bit rainy. Currently, our local temperatures, we're seeing 65 degrees in Tallahassee. We're even seeing 61 in Quincy, even up to 59 in Mariana. Down in St. Mark's, we're seeing 78. So that's quite a big difference, and you can really tell that that's that cold front streaming through there, because you've got these high temperatures up on this end, there it hasn't quite passed through yet, and then these low temperatures up above. Tonight, though, we're going to see 59 degrees, so quite a cool down. It's still going to be cloudy, and there even is a 20% chance of rain. So you may want to bring that umbrella if you do go out. After 1 a.m., those chances of rain will significantly decrease, so not so much rain after that, but bring that umbrella if you will be going out before then. Looking for a sneak peek of tomorrow, though, it will be cloudy through the morning, but those clouds will start to move out as that cold front moves through, and we're going to start seeing more of those fall-like temperatures. But now back to the desk with Braden and Shane.
And Brooke making her first appearance on FSU Weather. Fantastic job, Brooke. And we'll send it back out to you for the local in just a minute. But right now, we're talking about homecoming week.
Yep, it's homecoming week here at FSU. Everyone's excited. We're going to watch the Seminoles take on NC State at 12:30 on Saturday.
And of course, plenty of events leading up to that, including tonight. Student Veteran Film Festival just about to get started. One of the lesser-known traditions of FSU homecoming. In addition, Spirit Night also tonight. So homecoming events going on all around campus over the next couple of days.
Yep, we've got the War Chant, Renegade Recess. One of my personal favorites, the parade on Friday afternoon, where the Chiefs will be marching through town.
And the parade's going to be awesome. And in addition, we always have powwow, that big kind of pep rally to get everyone pumped up for the homecoming game. Amy Schumer is going to be joining us for that, but I think a lot of students are really excited about our class schedule this week. No class on Wednesday for Veterans Day. Classes after one canceled on Friday, and that's what I'm getting excited for.
Oh yeah, special treat for the Seminoles on homecoming week, looking to be an exciting and very entertaining week all around.
And a tough loss to Clemson, which it was expected. Number 1 team in the country, we're number 16. You're not going to expect to really get those big victories. It happens sometimes, but not always. So we're looking to get a big win, bounce back, great homecoming week.
Yep, but for now, we'll throw it back out to Brooke for a full local forecast.
Thanks, Shane. I know everyone's excited for homecoming, and we're even going to have some great temperatures come homecoming time, but we're going to get to that later. Currently, though, it's 65 degrees outside, quite overcast, but I want to point out this humidity. I'm sure everyone felt that as they were walking outside today. It was just sticky and very uncomfortable, and that was that high humidity we were seeing throughout the day. Looking at our radar, we're still seeing these little pop-up showers around our area, but those are going to start to clear out later in the day. Through later in the Monday, they will start to go away. Our current winds, though, these really tell a story. If you look at these winds, you're seeing these winds down in like South and Central Florida are coming out of the south. And then more up here towards the Alabama area, we are seeing these winds coming from the north. And they're kind of coming together, and that is showing that cold front that we are having there again. The water vapor again is the air in the upper atmosphere. And this green draped over our area right here is the moist air. And that moist air is the reason we felt such that high humidity today, and it was so uncomfortable. But help is on the way. Right behind this cold front here, we are seeing all this orange, dry air here. And that is going to come through our area later on, and it's going to make things feel a lot more comfortable and bearable for us. Now, we've been talking about rain all show. It rained all day yesterday. It rained all day today. So the last 48 hours, we have accumulated a lot of rainfall. We were seeing 2.57 inches in Mariana, 2.17 in Montgomery, and even an almost 10 inches in Apalachicola. That is a lot. Really, the only people that really haven't joined us in this rain parade we were having is down there in Orlando, where they haven't received much any rain. Right now, though, we are kind of draped with this low pressure system in our area, and hanging off of that is that cold front that we've been talking about, and that's the reason we've been seeing those little showers and rain. But as we go on, that cold front is going to move out of our area, and it's going to be right behind it, replaced with this high pressure, and that high pressure is going to bring in a lot of that cool air, and it's going to allow us to feel a lot more comfortable, cooler temperatures that are going to start to feel a lot more fall-like. So we're not going to see those hot summer temperatures in November anymore. And then that's going to start moving on into our area. But what I really want to point out is these clouded area right behind that high pressure system. And that's another cold front coming through. And that's going to be bringing in those storms and maybe rain again. For the water, it's a great day to go out in the water, just a light chop. And then tonight, we're seeing 59 degrees, quite cloudy. And then for the 7-day, we are seeing just a great week all around. But now we're going to take it to Casey with Around Florida.
Thanks so much, Brooke. Again, great job for your first time on FSU Weather. Now, we'll see what's going on across our state at this hour. We do see cooler conditions trying to move in from the northwest. 65 Tallahassee, 60 in Pensacola. Warmer conditions are downstate in the peninsula, 77 Jacksonville, 81 West Palm Beach. These are areas that haven't been affected by the cool air associated with that front that Brooke was talking about that's pushing in some of those cooler temperatures toward the viewing circle. Now, satellite and radar, we do see this rain that was affecting our area earlier. We had about 1.5 inches on campus today, 2 inches yesterday, so some pretty significant rainfall over the last couple of days here across the Tallahassee area on campus. Of course, Franklin County as well. Some significant rainfall, and even some significant rainfall as we get over toward Jacksonville. Mayport in northeast Duval County, they picked up on the order of 11 to 12 inches of rain. Just significant conditions and flooding in that area. It's interesting how some of these areas have been kind of random, though, in rainfall totals. As areas in interior northeast Florida missed some of the heaviest rain, and so did Tallahassee, with less rain than the areas around Franklin County. Now, going to what's currently happening across the area, we see there's still even a few showers in Jefferson County right now. These are moving into parts of the eastern areas of that, and also getting in toward parts of Madison as well. Madison County, you're going to probably see a few showers over the next little bit there. So make sure you have that umbrella handy if you're going to go out maybe to the grocery store there in Madison. Now going ahead and broadening the view, we do see this rain trying to come up from the Gulf. That's associated more though with that cool front that is again bringing in those temperatures. Now Central Florida wise, we see Tampa over to Orlando. There was some heavier rain earlier. Hillsborough County getting to the north as well, also getting into Polk County, but these have started to weaken over the last little bit. Lakeland was picking up a little bit heavier rain earlier, but that started to really weaken as it's moved a little bit further inland in that area, so at least not as serious of conditions there. And in South Florida, well, Lake Okeechobee, a few showers to the south and west of there. More showers starting to move in around the Sarasota area. Now, in terms of the rainfall we've seen since midnight, Tallahassee's picked up quite a bit of rain. So is Jacksonville, not as much, just a little over an inch there. And in terms of the dew points around our area right now, we see mid-70s, 75 Jacksonville, less so here in Tallahassee. As you see, the air is not quite as moist as we get closer toward Tallahassee. That front's really starting to make a difference here in the weather situation across our area. Again, dew point, just a quick explainer on this. You see, we're seeing those uncomfortable to oppressive ranges. But right now, we'll go ahead and take it back over to this where Braden and Stan are standing by.
Thanks a bunch, Casey. And you know what? We've been dealing with the rain over the last 2 days. It was bright and sunny up in Virginia last night, where Florida State University women's soccer, won their third consecutive ACC championship.
Yes, many congratulations to the Lady Seminoles as they defeated Virginia to claim this third title for the Seminole family. And we're looking forward to seeing them off to the NCAA tournament upcoming soon, where we hope to claim our second victory of that title.
That's right, second consecutive NCAA championship on the horizon. It was a challenge against Virginia, though. We were talking going into penalty kicks, so you had that overtime period going into penalty kicks to end that game. But yesterday, I guess we just didn't feel that beating to Clemson. It hurt us, so we just came back with a vengeance, beat Virginia twice yesterday.
Yes.
Where we beat them again, Shane.
We beat them in volleyball right here in Tallahassee in our very own Tully Gym. We defeated the Virginia volleyball team for another spectacular Seminole victory.
And we're really just continuing to get into that homecoming spirit. It's been a really great first couple of days. The rain, even with Seminole Festival, we had all the rides, but the rain did play a factor. But homecoming court voting happening tomorrow as well.
Oh yeah, vote for your favorites and hope to see them elected. But for right now, we'll throw it back out to Casey for the Southeast forecast.
Thanks, guys. Currently across the southeast, we do see cooler temperatures trying to infiltrate our region again. Tallahassee, 65. Average to the north, though, we're cooler. 51 in Atlanta, 57 in Montgomery. You do see these cooler temperatures here in central Alabama, northern Georgia, northern Mississippi as well. Tupelo, they're sitting at 59 there. Now, severe weather. Now, what we're concerned about here is the risk for this. Now, not in our area. Don't worry here. We're all good. However, with moving toward the north and west, we are pretty concerned about areas in central Missouri. This is an enhanced risk in the orange color here, folks. This includes Kansas City, over to Columbia, St. Louis, Cape Girardeau, as well as further out to the west around Springfield and Joplin. This is an area that does need to be monitored as some serious conditions could be in play with some upper wind dynamics. Those could transfer to the ground and cause these storms to be pretty significant. In this area, damaging winds, probably they'll be the main threat, but even some isolated tornadoes cannot be ruled out. This even extends the threat not as much down toward Dallas and is yellow slight risk and up towards southern Iowa as well. Now, right in the view, we do see what's going on currently across the southeast. Again, this train of moisture that's been trying to make its way into our area. You see in the brighter areas of the satellite, in the reds and yellows, well, they're starting to fade away a little bit now as this system starts to make its way further to the east. So that's a little bit of good news here in our neck of the woods. Now, Futurecast, we put this into motion. We see Salt Lake City, Billings out toward the west, Nevada. Some snowy conditions there, even some mixed precipitation around Denver tomorrow night we're expecting. So it could be some serious conditions there, and that's all associated with that storm system that's going to bring that threat for some severe weather in the Midwest here as we get later into Wednesday as well. Again, just going back to what we're expecting across our area, we do see that moist air in the green. That's moving away, the drier air and the orange and those dew points, well, they're starting to sit a little bit lower again. Relatively nice conditions are coming into play across our region. We see on our futurecast nicer conditions are really starting to make their way in. Tomorrow will be a nice day around our area, and so will Wednesday. Just great weather conditions across our area. Cooler temperatures to the north, 62 here in Tallahassee. Warmer to the south, 79 tomorrow. But what we'll go ahead and do is take it over to Braden for a look at more weather information.
Thank you very much, Casey. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while. I may be a little rusty, so bear with me here real quick. But what we've been talking about over the last couple days is really that rain. The last 2 days, so much rain has fallen. 1 3/4 inch in Tallahassee. If you look at it, brings about a third of our rain total for the month just in the last 2 days. Still a little short for the year, but over the last couple years, we've been in that really, really intense drought, and that has started to kind of dissipate a little bit. And that's what we're talking about, because we love the rain, especially our farmers out there. Thanksgiving coming up, which means that food is about to be harvested. So we really needed that rain eventually. Right now, though, in Tallahassee, 65 degrees, still seeing a couple of clouds from that rain. And throughout the night and into maybe tomorrow morning, you may be still looking at a couple of drizzles here and there, but nothing. You probably don't need to bring the umbrella with you. If you mind getting your hair a little wet, might be a bad hair day. There's nothing wrong with that, no, but you see the cold front already moving through, winds out of the north-northwest at 8 miles an hour, showing that frontal passage, and what's really going to cool down our temperatures over the next 24 to 48 hours. And you'll see it again right here on our satellite and radar. Rain has started to move out. Monticello, you're still looking at a couple of showers, but the clouds have really started to kind of make their way out from west to east as that front moves through. A couple of lingering showers, maybe into Quincy, but other than that, we're sitting pretty in the Big Bend, but it's still humid out there. Plenty of moisture in the air. You're seeing humidities up about 100%, lower 90s in the lower areas, but in that case, really just very moist outside still. So you're still going to be feeling the sweat until that dry air really starts to move in. So here's what we got. Low pressure system, stationary front making its way along the coast, bringing rain really everywhere. Going into central Florida is really where they're getting pounded now. And as your temperatures go on, right here, sitting in Tallahassee, 72 for tonight. But let me tell you, it's going to cool down quick. See, about 62 tomorrow morning, maybe a little on the high side for our models. But as you see, tomorrow, maybe struggling to even break into the 70s. We're looking at low to mid 70s, but our models are showing a different story. But tonight, we're going to call it right at 59 degrees. We're going to break just into the 50s. It'll give you a nice, real nice setup for tonight. Cloudy, and again, that chance of rain continues at least until the early morning. A cloudy start, but clearing by the afternoon. 74 degrees is what we're looking at, and you know you're going to love that weather, especially if you're a fan of the cold. Day planner, 60 degrees tomorrow morning. At lunchtime, you're looking at 70, and that's not going to get much higher than that. For your next 5 days, you're looking at this cold front passage, which is going to start cooling down your temperatures on Saturday. But Casey, Margaret, what else we got?
Well, it's going to be a great week. Thanks for that, Braden. If you're looking for something to do on Wednesday, that FSU's got classes canceled for Veterans Day, the city of Tallahassee has a parade that will honor our veterans.
Yeah, that is great to have, of course. The route will start at 10:45 and it'll go from Monroe to Tennessee Street and then to the Civic Center. So you can go out and watch that. It should be enjoyable for kids that are out of school as well as adults, veterans, to see that parade.
Yeah, the parade's going to feature the marching chiefs, various area high schools marching, as well as other groups that want to honor our veterans. They'll have banners and other groups that are just walking in the parade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always great to do that, as they did serve in the military. Now, again, that's those floats and those banners will be in force, so it should be intriguing. Now, those temperatures for that, maybe a little bit on the cool side, but relatively nice conditions there as we get into Wednesday morning. So those conditions will be around pretty nice. It should be pretty seasonable.
Yeah, as long as you have a nice jacket, it should be a great day to go out, watch the parade, take advantage of the day off, and honor our veterans.
Yeah, of course, no classes on your Wednesday, as Margaret was mentioning. And of course, we have Friday with with homecoming as well. We see early end of work Friday. There won't be any classes then. Now later on Friday, I should say. Now homecoming, of course, is Friday. Those conditions should be relatively nice. Then we're talking about conditions maybe starting to get a little bit coarse. 70s will be the story around. But right now, Margaret, you're going to go ahead and take us for more information.
Yeah, with all this rain that we've been seeing around the last couple days, we thought it might be a good idea to go over what to do if you're out driving and it's raining. So we have been seeing a lot of weather out and about these last couple of days. And if we look here at this webcam, that it's been cloudy for the last 24 hours. And these clouds just keep coming and coming, and we're starting to see rain showing up on this webcam here that if we let it play a little bit longer, we'll see even more raindrops here, that it's been really, really wet. And our radar backs us up that it's not a huge wall of rain, it's just these spotted showers that keep coming through, and they just keep coming. So if you're out driving, then what's the best thing to do? Well, if you're going out and about, beware of hydroplaning, which is when your wheels are gripping the water on the road instead of the actual road. This can cause a loss of control of your vehicle, which can be very dangerous. And the best thing to do is to just drive slowly. Now, if you need your windshield wipers on in the rain, turn those headlights on, the low beams. And the important thing for that isn't necessarily so you can see, but so others can see you, especially if you have a dark-colored car, or if you're on one of those beautiful canopy roads we have here around Tallahassee. Your headlights are very important to make sure that you can see and that others can see you, because otherwise that could be a very dangerous situation. And finally, we didn't have any flooding conditions around Tallahassee today, but if you do run into any water that you can't tell how deep it is, turn around, don't drown. It only takes a couple of inches of moving water to cause a vehicle to be swept away in the waters. So just drive with caution. And if traffic lights are out, this picture that we have here that was taken yesterday by one of our team leaders, Shane, that this is a very rare situation to have both a red and a green light, and that was likely caused by some power fluctuations. But if the lights are out and you don't see any light here at all, treat that intersection like a four-way stop. So stop, make sure that it's safe to proceed through the intersection, and then go with caution. And when you can safely pull over and report those outages to the city of Tallahassee so that they can fix that. So that way more people don't get into a dangerous situation. So with all this rain that we started looking at what other systems caused rain, and this is actually the anniversary of Tropical Storm Ida.
Absolutely. That occurred in 2009, 6 years ago today. It made landfall in the Dauphin Island area of Alabama. That's near Mobile, and it had winds sustained of 45 miles an hour.
Wow. Late in the season for tropical storms, but we still have them.
Yeah, that does occur. Not very often, though. Pretty rare. Now, the latest storm that did occur was Hurricane Kate, and this was the second latest, at least, that did make landfall along the northern Gulf Coast. And it started out as a Category 2 hurricane after being upgraded from a tropical storm on November the 4th. It did become that Category 2 on November 8th, and weakened rather quickly, though.
Yeah, that making landfall was only a tropical storm, and just enough to remind people that hurricane season doesn't end until the end of November.
Yeah, you just always got to be aware of that and have those supplies ready just in case, as you really don't know what to expect in the weather world sometimes, as you can have these late season storms. I know early season storms can happen too. In northern Florida, Tropical Storm Beryl happened in 2012, even before the hurricane season began. But right now, we'll go ahead and take it over to a look at more information here with Shane.
Thanks, guys. Full and total proof that hurricane season isn't over yet is the fact that we've got tropical information for you tonight. Let's take a look at where we stand right now in the 2015 hurricane season. We've had 10 named storms, and we are on our 11th. Tropical Storm Kate is currently spinning away out there in the Atlantic. Let's take a closer look. Kate is currently situated off the east coast of Florida, over the Bahamas right now, and it's currently moving away towards the northwest, and then it's going to curve off to the northeast, maybe bring a little rain to Bermuda. All in all, it's just going to be a fish storm, and it's not very strong at that. Kate is this cluster of thunderstorms here that you can start to see it developing a little bit of that characteristic spin of tropical cyclones, but it's not very strong yet. It's just got winds of 45 miles per hour and a minimum pressure, I should say, of 1,008 millibars. So the question on everyone's mind is, of course, where is this storm going? Well, here the tropical storm icon indicates Kate's current location, and Kate is going to spin off to the northwest a little further and then take a big arc out over the open Atlantic. So it's only going to be impacting the fish out there and possibly the wayward fishermen, but for the U.S. it's not going to be a problem, leastwise for Tallahassee. Let's talk about what we've had going on here. Not much rain to speak of in the last few hours. We had that heavy storm halfway through the afternoon that soaked a few people on their way to classes. But the rain by and large has cleared out for right now, which I personally am very grateful for. Even more so that the temperatures are falling, the conditions are drying up, and that humidity we can finally say goodbye to. So let's talk about how much rain we did see. We saw 1.75 inches in Tallahassee today. That's a lot, but it's nowhere near Apalachicola, coming in at 2.66 inches, almost up there at the 3-inch marker. Perry coming in at just 0.3 of an inch. Not very much out there to our east. We're happy to say that no one is having any driving problems out there right now. For tonight, we're going to get down to 59 degrees. We haven't seen lows this cool in a while, so if you're sensitive to the cold, break out that light jacket. And don't forget your umbrella while you're at it. We've still got a 20% chance of rain, as the last of those showers could be moving through the Big Bend region this evening. Climbing to a high of 74 degrees tomorrow under mostly sunny skies. We can't rule out a slight chance of precip, but it proves to be a gorgeous day. I'm sick and tired of this heat and humidity, and we can finally bid farewell to it. Now here's that 7-day forecast we've been promising you. From beautiful conditions tomorrow, a little warmer through the end of the week when another cold front will come through, and check out that low Sunday morning. We might need to be breaking out the heavy coats and scarves for that 39 degrees. What do you guys think about that at the desk?
I'm excited that fall's finally here.
Yeah, that should be exciting, absolutely, because those conditions are starting to get cooler. We had those record highs last week, and that's really starting to change.
Yeah, I'm very grateful that it's like finally start breaking out those sweaters. That it's like we had a little bit of sweater weather a couple of weeks ago, and it's finally back and hopefully to stay.
Yeah, those conditions look like they'll really start falling around the area here as we get over the end of the week. We even have maybe even upper 30s in that 7-day by the time we get to Sunday morning.
Yeah, but looking at Saturday's high temperature, 69, that should be great for the homecoming football game.
Yeah, nice conditions for that. We have 63 to 67 is what it's being forecasted for that. Sunny and cool conditions around. Should be nice. Maybe a light jacket if you might want to take that if you're going to that, but relatively nice conditions.
Yeah, it should be great for that 12:30 kickoff against NC State.
Yeah, just don't forget to like us on Facebook. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FSU Weather, and you can watch us at any time on livestream.com/FSU Weather.
Should be great conditions for this game, and we'll certainly keep you updated on the weather for all those homecoming events this week.
Yeah, there's a lot of events that will be going on across the region, but thanks so much for joining us.